I don't know what happened. But here I am just talking to you guys like crazy, so I don't know where the last video ended. Brother. I was going through trying to find my church, where it is, how far away it is for me. And there's one that's 9.4 miles away. And then there's one that's 20 miles away. That's for the young single adults. So what I was just talking about was the fact that sometimes, you know, it's just a way. I'm going to take these off again. It's a way for the youth, the young adults, to interact with their own age groups. And you get to know people that way. And maybe you might find your mate that way. It's really a great thing. The church is so smart to separate some things out, because it is true. In church, regular church, it's all about the family. And sometimes certain people don't feel it's for them, especially single people, single adults. But the young single adults, there's a lot of action going on. There's a lot of activities going on, and there's dances, and there's stuff where you meet and greet with people of your own age, and you're all like-minded, and you got the same type of goals in mind. That is where you want to find your mate. And that's what I was just saying. Find a mate that has the same goals in mind, as in eternal marriage, as in with your mate, and you don't mess around, and you're into finding your mate and having a family. Well, once you have your family, once you've found your mate and you have your family, then you start going to the other ward. But the young single adults have their thing going on. And it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful. So here it is. I went searching for a chapel to go to, and there's one 9.4 miles away. And I believe it's 20 minutes away from what I heard before. But anyway, it's just wonderful, people. So go to either LDS or Mormon, MORMON.org. And you will find out a lot of stuff. And if you want the missionaries to come, there you go. That's where you do it. You tell them you do, and you give them your address, and it won't be long, and you'll be visited by messengers from God. They've come to save your life at your request. But nevertheless, and it is better that it is requested, because their time gets wasted. A lot of times it's going up and down streets, knocking on doors, getting doors slammed in your face. That's not a productive use of a person's time. These people, these missionaries, are giving 2 years, might even be a year and a half now, I'm not sure, but 2 years of their time in the service of God and in the service of who wants to know in their area, so they can come and visit you. And they are not really, if you look at it right, they're angels from God, okay? And they deserve our attention, meaning the members of the church try to feed them, because they're doing this at their own expense. And the church helps, but a lot of times these kids have had missionary funds going on for a while. They might have a fundraiser to put money in their missionary fund. Anyway, there's just a lot going on. The church does help these missionaries. I'm sorry. I get liquid down there sometimes, and it causes a problem. So anyway, let's see, get to know us. It says get to know us, and then there's this picture of Jesus. So you people who think that Mormons are not Christians, you're wrong. Jesus is at the head of our church, and he is the center of everything. And the church is an organization. My voice goes up and down. The church is an organization that will help you with so many things. Life in general. Meeting people. I've tried to say that before. When I said something good, there's something really great about the church, is that you get to know people and they get to know you. You're not a person behind, you're in that little house and you stay there and you only see people when you go out. And so therefore you don't have friends. Your family is off doing their own thing because they are living life. So there you sit. So church is a great thing, to get to know people and have friends of a like mind. And then that Relief Society is a great thing. Now, they did change the names, and I was trying to tell you some things that changed, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on now, but I know that was a really good change, is that they had a group, the Relief Society, the women, and then they have a group, the Elders Quorum, guys holding the priesthood, and they would go out separately, the men and the women, to visit the members of the the families. They would be given a certain amount of families, maybe 6, to go and visit with and check on to see how they're doing. Like, do they need help, etc., etc. And then I believe, there was so many things going on that was like taking the man and woman away from each other. The way I see it, they had a lot of things going on, meetings they had to go to. Well, now what they did, I'm not sure when they did it, and I'm not sure if they're still doing it, but I believe it's a really great thing, is they took married couples and gave them the families to go out and visit. So they went together. I think that's great. So the man and the woman, in service of members of the ward, but maybe we'll say 6 families, they got to go do it together, which means they might have a message and they visit with the family and they see how things are going on, and they do it once a month. Well, I don't know if they even do it once a month anymore, but the point is, instead of them doing it separate, it's better that they're doing it together instead of taking the man and woman in separate ways doing things. You got life going on, and every day you got to go to work, and you got to do this and that and the other thing, and you got to run yourself crazy, and then you got these church obligations, and people tend to get overwhelmed. But at least the man and the woman can go out and do it together. It's a good thing. It's a good feeling thing, and you get to do it together instead of separate. So that's at least one thing that's not separating them, right? Your kids are going to drive you crazy running them here, there, and everywhere. During certain years, if you have several kids and there's things going on where they've got to be at school or here or there. Anyway, doesn't matter. The church is a great thing, and it's great for everybody, starting from when you're really young. But when you're a young adult, and that young adult, single young adult, I believe I read 18 to 30. Okay, so you have grown up to be 18 before you go to that place. And you go if you want to. You don't have to. It's just there for you, I think. But they might have, because it did say a ward, young single adult ward. See, they keep, I don't know. They used to keep attendance, how active you were and stuff like that, but I'm not sure that they do that anymore. I know that when I was one of the leaders of a group, I had to keep attendance. But I don't think they do that. Anyway, Come see, come saw, people. I hope you'll check it out. If you're looking to find Christ, www.mormon.org, and find yourself a chapel, or call for the missionaries, because that's what I just read. I did www.mormon.org, but you could also do LDS, which is Latter-day Saint. So www.lds.org. And maybe I'll do that, because I did not do that. www.lds. It's already up at the top. It's saying home page, the church. Okay, so www.lds.org. O-R-G. Go. Hear the Word was the first thing I saw, but hear the Word of God at General Conference. Learn more. Learn about Jesus Christ. Find meaning in your life. Navigate life's challenges. All are welcome. Visit a church near you. Visit a church near you. We're a Christ-focused community doing our best to love and serve others. There's a place for you here. And then it says find a church near you. So that's where you'd put an address. Common questions. See, I can't hardly read. Are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Christian? As a matter of fact. As a matter of fact. Live your life like Jesus. My poor little voice wants to go away. What are church services like? I've kind of told you guys that. Yeah, so these things are probably, I could go along and just answer them like they did. What are church services like? See what they say. Oh, I got a lot to read. I don't want to read. Church service times vary from congregation to congregation. However, you can always count on one main worship service for everyone, followed by classes for children, youth, and adults. The service for everyone is called Sacrament Meeting. This meeting consists of songs, prayers, and sermons, or talks. We call them talks, given by different members of the congregation every week. But the most important part of the meeting is when we take the sacrament, which is similar to communion, to remember the Savior. Learn more about Sunday services and find a church near you. So there's more to poke on. It says, why does the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints have temples? And then it says, what is the Book of Mormon? Then it says, what do we believe in the Bible? Let's see what they say about temples. For Latter-day Saints, a temple is different from other church buildings. The temple is a place where Latter-day Saints receive special instruction about God and Jesus Christ. In the temple, members make eternal covenants or promises with God. This includes promises to keep the commandments, live the gospel of Jesus Christ, be faithful in marriage, and to help take care of each other by sharing what we have. Also, because we believe families are forever, much of the work done inside temples is to make family bonds even stronger. Marriages in the temple are performed to last eternally, not just until death do you part. Parents and children become eternal families in temples. Ancestors can also receive all the blessings of the temple if someone performs the sacred ordinances in their behalf and they accept that act of service. Temples are busy places. They are. It's the next thing. I mean, I didn't read the other two things, but anyway, it says grow closer to God, meet with missionaries, meet online or in person. We'll answer your questions and introduce you to your local church community. And then it says there's a message of peace. Peacemaking is a choice. You have your agency to choose contention or reconciliation. I urge you to choose to be a peacemaker now and always. Brothers and sisters, we can literally change the world one person and one interaction at a time. How? By modeling how to manage honest differences of opinion with mutual respect and dignified dialogue. And then here's the prophet, Russell M. Nelson, prophet and president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. A community of faith focused on Jesus Christ. What to expect at church. Church is a refuge from the chaos of everyday life, a place where you can worship God with other believers trying to be more like Jesus. We would love to have you visit. Okay, I must go. Bye.